Hey guys, it's Gabe again. This is my second video blog entry for Rec 3202, Section 3, the Introduction to Winter Leisure for the winter quarter of 2014. For my cross-country activity, I chose to go with either knitting or crocheting. At first, a lot of factors like the size of the needles you use and the quality of the yarn that you got to use and different sizes of the yarn you got to use and lengths and things like that and techniques as well. It was a bit overwhelming at first. Um, Luckily, I had one of my friends that likes to knit. She kind of got me on the right path of some basic things to start with. Unfortunately, I don't have a video of when I first started learning how to knit. It turns out that I was kind of doing the same thing over for a couple hours, so it would have been a pretty terrible video. So instead, I decided to show you guys my first project I did on my first day. As you can see, it's really crappy. The whole top is destroyed with yarn falling out everywhere, and the loops are all weird. Um, my friend was like, "Oh, it's pretty good for your first time," but I think it looks pretty crappy. Um, but basically that was just for practice. I wanted to kind of get the hang of it, doing row by row. And yarn was pretty destroyed because I went back and forth taking yarn out and redoing things until I got to that point. After I got a little more confident with it, I decided to go back to the store and find some high quality yarn and some new needles that I could try using on my own. I was using my friends at first. Um, so from there, I decided to got some new yarn, and this is about where I am on my knitting project. As you can see, it's a little bit more neat than the last one. The loop's a little bit more defined and it's a little bit tighter. If I put it tight up here, you can see the whole top isn't as destroyed as the last one. And so I've improved a little bit on it. We'll see how that one goes. I was also a little curious to see how crocheting was, so I decided to go into that, and I learned from YouTube. Um, and I got a little carried away with that, and I used the same yarn as I did with the knitting, but I actually finished the scarf. Crocheting was way easier for me, and um, for some reason I kind of mindlessly was doing layer after layer, and before I knew it, it was already pretty much done. As you can see, it's all crocheted. Um, it's an infinity scarf, those little loop ones that loop around your head twice. Yeah, I really just got carried away when I was learning how to crochet, so I finished that project. I started a new one. This is probably going to be the one that's going to be the scarf that I turn in, or the one that's in my completed project. It's made of this yarn, and I've only done a couple rows, and a more a harder technique than the last one I used. So I figured it's a little more of a challenge. Um, the thing I liked about crocheting is, when you get close to completing a project, it kind of feels good. It's all specific. It looks pretty good. I mean, the scarf is all right, but I mean, it kind of feels good that I've made something. Um, Things I don't like about it is that it's a little tedious. If you don't, if you're not watching TV or a movie or anything else to distract you, kind of sitting there doing after loop, kind of gets boring and you kind of just want to fall asleep. But other than that, it was actually a lot of fun. It was kind of relaxing to do while you were watching a movie or watching TV after work or something like that. And it might be a new hobby that I might get into. I might get some things with this stuff. So I'll update you guys next video showing you how I crochet and how I knit. I'll probably do one of each if I have enough time to fit in the video. And yeah, we'll go from there. See you guys.